hello to all, all the students or people who are attempting for any creative exams. And this is a very much important topic, what we call an object drawing. Object drawing is one of the very major part to be attempted and actually to be taken care of. Object drawing are going to help you in scene creation, perspective drawings, creating new composition, making sketches of new designs, sketches, product, and whatnot. It's going to help you attempting a lot of many questions and help you around in the whole question series. Object drawing is one of the very not complicated subject, but it's need a lot of practice that to be taken care. Right now we are going to discuss about a few very small point that to be needed in notice. Apart from that, the color pattern and other topic that can be carried away in the forward series. For example, if you see this bottle of wine, we are taking this as an example of how we draw an object from a very basics. For example, object, what we see or what not we see, they have a very basic shape. For example, with this wine bottle, there is a cylinder into it and a hemisphere and again a cylinder into it that is being arranged in a very particular manner to achieve a particular object. So, in object drawing, we have 2 to 3 points what needed to be taken care till the finishing of its rendering and given a texture. For example, with the example of bottle, we have taken this as you can see that basic shape have been already drawn with this. Then we are going to attach all the final lines after the object, and then the last part comes in what we call rendering of an object. Rendering of an object contain two major parts. One is technique and another is implementation. There are 4 techniques of rendering. One is stippling, what we do with the dot part. For example, this 4 of them are there. First one is stippling, second one comes with the hatching, and then there is a cross hatching, and there is a rendering, shading and scribbles. Okay, then even after techniques of rendering, we have to manage the 3 tones into our object. One is highlight over here, and then there is a middle tone, and there are dark tones which give the definition to our object. After this, after you can see that we have done scribbling next to it. This is just a basic scribble what we have to take care of. But after this, just not object drawing is going to be composed like this. You can't just put a bottle of wine or maybe a cabbage, maybe another bottles, or maybe a cup like this. Why not? There are not a lot of basic shapes running around into it. After this bottle, if we take this object as a reference, you can see there is cylindrical which is being cut from the bottoms, and then there is a different shapes around a hemisphere happening over here. You have to take care of the different texture that is going to be there. You can see some highlights over here, some middle tones. Every object have a different kind of render to give it a proper texture which defines the object, whether it's of glass or of plastic. Apart from this, you have to take care of the composition of object, how it's finally going to look like into a frame. हमने एक basic render bottle कर गया. If we put this after understanding how composition work, we'll put this into a frame and look at the different views what we can do into it. For example, if we see these famous paintings, one pair painting by Paul Shinsane and one still life fruit painting by Vermin van Stevensek. There are 2 rules that needed to be followed, and not exactly follow rules kind of things, but 2 points that needed to be taken care is, first one is rule of third, where we try to keep our main object or what we are going to draw, main subject, into the point lies in the grid. If you can see this drawing over here, these are 3 grid perspective. आप लोगों ने अपने phone cameras में grid systems देखे होंगे. Those grid are for use majorly to take more appreciating images. Second, there is positive negative space that needed to be taken care as the rule of third we clicking around or we composing around. Composition is a very important part. What majorly we miss is composition is incomplete without overlapping. We have to show the connection. If you see this pair bending, you can see there is a connection going on. Apart from very small, this last the corner pair one. If you see, there is a very small margin going on around there. But with the fruit one, you can see the complete overlapping of fruit coming and going all around. With the point of 3, you can see these more of the paintings are into covering 3 points out of those squares. 3 cross, 3 cross points over there. So these are the very beautiful examples what you can see and you can practice into. Try. First thing, draw an object and make it more simplified into basic shapes. Then fill in the blanks with those basic shapes. Then render, and before all this, place your object in a proper frame and 3-point rule of third. A rule of third will be there. Thank you all. That was all of it. Thank you.